Hi, this is Michelle Guider, and this is my video one of the skull. Oh, good, it turned on. This is round 2 on my video, so that's why things are crossed out there. And there's my other page of my list. And of course, there's Mr. Bones. So we're going to start him right here. This is the frontal bone. This right here is the coronal suture, followed right by over here with the sagittal suture. And then on both sides there is the parietal bone. Let's go to the front. The middle conch is right here, and the anterior conch is right down below it. Okay. Over here. So let's see if I can get a good enough light on it. There's here the suture. That is the squamous suture. And then followed by that, right under it, is the temporal bone. Turn you around. The lambdoid suture, which is kind of has this V shape around it. And then right under that is the occipital bone. The ethmoid bone is, sorry, he's got a lot of pencil marks on him, just inside the eye. Bone. Then there is the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone, and that is right in here, in the center. I can zoom out, that's as far as I can zoom. Then there is the nasal bone, and that is right up here at the bridge. Then the maxial bone, and that is the bone right up here that holds onto the teeth. Oops. The anterior nasal spine is right here. It kind of sticks out a little bit. Where's my list? Nasal spine. The zygomatic bone is right here. It's kind of the cheekbone area. Zygomatic bone. The sphenoid bone is right above there, sorry, and it's right here. The lacrimal bone is this bone right here, right outside above his eye. Mandible bone, that is down here, that is the jaw. The vomer bone, that is, I didn't put this in the best of order. Hold on. I flip you over. And that is right in here, all the way to the front, right there. Okay. Back up. Bone, where am I? Vomer bone. The glabella, which is right here in the middle, kind of like that unibrow concept. The intraorbital foramen, and that is this little guy right in here. Foramen. The inferior orbital fissure is also in the eye, but it is, oops, right about there. Not sure. So I'm going to zoom back out, that might help. The supraorbital foramen is right above the eye, right here. And the mental foramen is, I know I just pronounced it wrong before, but that is pronouncing it right now, is this little guy right in here. Foramen. The coronoid process of the mandible, and that's going to come around here. Let me pull the jaw down a little bit. And that is this first bump right here. Then right down in here is this dips. This is called the mandible notch. I think I just went out of order, but that's okay because I remembered it. The mandible convolute is right in here. And the mandible ramus is right here. Sorry, I don't think I have it straight on. There we go. Condylid ramus mastoid process. Oh, gosh, I gotta flip them over again. Okay, so let me zoom in. Oops. Gotta be an easier way to do this. That's why I'm sticking my hands in the way. Okay, there we go. So the mastoid process is back in this corner over here, right there. Mastoid process. Then the styloid process, which actually sits right over next to it. And then in between that, you have the styloid mastoid foramen, and that actually sits right in between the two of them, right about there. Then there is the jugular foramen, and that is not easy to see. There we go. And that is this area right here. Then you have the carotid canal, and that is this one up here. And then the foramen oval, and that is over here. And then there's two little ones right here, and that is the foramen lacerum. Oops, sorry. I'm going to mark it off here so I remember I'm there. Let me flip him over. Okay. Then we have the crystal galli, and that is in here. Pop his head, hold on. There we go. So see within his head, and that is right here. And then, and it's the middle one. And then on the opposite, on the two sides right there is the cerebrum plate. Then there is the lesser wing of the sphenoid bone, and that is right here. And then there is the greater wing of the sphenoid bone, and that one is this guy right here. One, and on the other side, two. Sella turcica is this square little box looking thing right in the middle. Then the optic canal is actually back in that box. There is a little dot right here, and oops, that's focused. Sorry. So right here, and then right there. Then there's the foramen rotundum, and that is, if we go in here, this little one right here, that's that little dot. The supraorbital fissure, and that one is, see if I can get it in here. It's actually this little slit right in here. I don't know if you can see it too well. Okay, the internal auditory meatus is around here, and it is this right here. Oops, sorry, camera was in the right spot. There. And then you have an external auditory meatus, and that's actually, you're going to flip back around outside, and it is that little spot right there. Okay. Foramen magnum is, actually, you're not going to see it too well because that is kind of right in here, but it's all the way down at the bottom. It's the hole at the base of the skull. So since we have the the spinal cord already on here. You're not going to see that it would be that hole right there. Okay, the palatine bone, and see if we can get to this. Pull back. I'm already back out. So if we open up his mouth and we go in here, not too easy to see. All right, so basically it's kind of like the palate in the back of the mouth, and there's really no easy way to pull it up on this. Get it in that way. Nope, I can't because I don't get to see it from there. It's under in here, and it's actually all the way in the back of the mouth. I don't want to break his jaw off, but so if I go back into the back of his mouth, all the way in the back palate at the top, basically it's the palate. And then there is the incisive fossa, and that is as you go into the mouth. See if we can get it. It would be literally right behind these front two teeth. And then there's the greater palatine foramen, and that is also back off of the palate, the palatine bone, and that's in the back corner. There's actually a little ridge right there, and I don't know if you can see it based off of this. But that is my overview of the skull.